Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Emily Letron. I'm a certified high performance coach, dentist, author, speaker, best mom in the world. And I want to say thank you to Dr. Habib for putting on this exceptional conference. I want to say thank you to all the international speakers who travel across the globe to be here. And I want to say thank you to all the delegates from the different countries. And I actually have a gift for everybody. If you want to take a picture of this, you can go to exceptionalleverage.com/business report. It's going to share my story and the high performance habits that you can use. And those are the ones that I use to grow my business for the past 20-some years. So how many Wonder Women are in the room? Okay. You wonder where you left your keys? You wonder where your money went? You wonder where you put your phone, right? We're busy, busy Wonder Women. Or maybe you've experienced this. I'm currently experiencing life at several WTF per hour, right? We are stressed, and I want to talk about some of the strategies for you to control stress. What you don't want is on Sunday night, you're lying there and you're wondering what kind of fresh hell is waiting for you on Monday morning. So we're going to talk about some of those strategies. If you feel that you're going really fast and there's so many things going on with you, take a moment, take your foot off the pedal. But you're the one forcing yourself to go really, really fast and you're busy and you're overwhelmed. So let me show you a little bit about my story. I was actually born in Vietnam back in the late 60s. Growing up, what I watched on TV were bombings. There were dead bodies. There were people fleeing villages, just a lot of propaganda. So in 1975, the Vietnam War ended. The Americans left. The communists took over. And that began a series of dark days where we stood in line to buy whatever the government was willing to sell to us. It could be moldy noodles. It could be stale bread. It could be old rice. As a kid, I used to stand in one of those lines to get food for the family. In 1981, Vietnam was going to go to war with China on the north and Cambodia in the west. So a lot of the Vietnamese left the country to escape communism. So I left my country with my aunt. We were on a fishing boat, about 60 feet in length, with 50 people crammed together like sardines. We were on the ocean for about a week, the first 2 days with food, and the next 5 days just with sips of water. And we ended up living in a refugee camp in Malaysia, where we had limited food, water, and electricity every day. So when I came to the United States, my language was hope and faith. And I learned how to speak English. I stayed up almost every night to translate almost every word from English to Vietnamese so I could understand what was being taught to me. And I strive. I finished dental school at UCLA. I got married, have 3 beautiful children, had multiple offices, and I credit a lot of that to the high performance habits that I've learned with my training, and that's why I'm here to share with you a couple of those today. High performance is the result of heightened and sustained level of clarity, energy, productivity, courage, influence, and necessity. So clarity is knowing who you are, knowing what you want, know what your goals and what your passions are, and how do you achieve your dream. So I want you to write a couple of things down. And I want you to rate yourself from 1 to 10. And just be honest with yourself. 1 is how often do you put yourself first? Give yourself a score from 1 to 10. The second one is, do you have an accountability partner? If you don't have an accountability partner, that's a 0. If you do have somebody who keep you accountable, that could be a 10. If you don't really check in with them, it could be a 3 or a 4. When I coach my clients, I call the accountability sessions a bragging session. That's when they get together on the phone, and tell me what they've done. To give yourself a score for accountability partner. And the third one is, do you track your goals? Do you know what your goals are? Do you have weekly goals, monthly goals? So once you give yourself those scores, take a look at that. Out of 30, what is your score? And how can you improve those scores? Now, sometimes people say, well, my day is full of surprise, my day is stressful. So I like for people to ask themselves some framing questions to set up their day. What can you do to get people around you excited? What can you do to challenge people around you? What can you do to surprise people? Because if you can surprise your staff, you can surprise your clients, you can bring some joy to the day. And when you can bring joy, then your day will become better too. So this is how you set up your day so you can come in and you have more fun and you're more relaxed because you know how your day is going to go. Now you have the clarity for yourself. You know your goals. You're tracking your goals. What about the people who work with you, your team? Because a lot of times when I work with business owners, they know exactly where they're going and their teams is kind of clueless, right? So do they know what you want? Do they know what you expect? Do they actually know your goals? Do they actually know their goals? And do they know how to get to their goals? So a lot of times there's a disconnect. So when you have the clarity for yourself, you need to make sure that your team also have clarity. One way to get rid of stress is to learn how to delegate and fulfill your expectation. Sometimes people think, well, I'm the leader, I'm the owner, so I'm the best one to train my team. That is not necessarily true. A lot of times when you have an outsider who come in, that person can actually train your team better. And then you inspect what you expect. And the fastest way to learn how to delegate is to have a mentor. Have somebody who already know how to delegate, how to get things done, and you just learn from that person. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to try to figure out everything yourself. The causes of stress that we have in our lives, they're multiple. If you're tired, you're going to be stressed. If you listen to other people, if you listen to everybody's opinions on Facebook, you're going to be stressed. If you have conflicting agendas, you want to do X, and then another person asks you to do Y, and now you're trying to do both X and Y, those are conflicting agendas, you're going to get stressed. If you have a real big ego, you don't know how to do things, but you don't want to reach out and ask for help, you're going to have stress. And then if you have fear, if you're doing something for the first time, and we all have something for the first time, right, that we encounter, if you don't reach out for help, you're going to be stressed too. Another way to get rid of stress is to exercise. I'm not going to demonstrate this today with my long dress, but usually in my seminar I have people do a Qigong exercise where they tap on their body and they get the blood flowing through their body, right? And bring your energy up. And so sometimes people say, because I'm a dentist most of the time, and so sometimes people say, well, I'm sitting, right? I don't have time. I can't go exercise during the day. All you need to do is take a moment, about 2 minutes, and do the tapping exercise. You get your blood flowing, right? You change your energy. You recharge your energy within 2 minutes, and you can go back to doing whatever you usually do. If you're sitting at a computer, you can just close your computer, you can close your eyes and do a 2-minute meditation. And you recharge your energy so you don't feel the stress. Because a lot of times, remember I said, if you're tired, you're going to be more stressed, right? Also, you can smile. You smile more, you're going to feel more cheerful, you're going to feel less stressed, right? You learn to laugh at yourself. And this is me, Halloween of this year. So I dressed up as Mrs. Incredible, right? And it took several jumps for my staff to get that picture. But you need to be able to look at yourself and laugh, right? To have a good sense of humor. I have this sign in my office. It say all men are creating equal. That is why women are in charge, right? So when my patients come into the dental office, they don't feel that stress because they see funny pictures, right? They see all these sarcastic signs, and they already expect this is not a normal, regular dental office, and this dentist is probably a little bit weird. Another way to decrease stress is to learn how to improve productivity. Productivity is all about intentions. Stephen Covey says the main thing is to keep the main thing, right? How many of you here encounter these weapons of mass distraction, right? You got, I don't know, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc., etc. My 16-year-old son made this slide for me. I told him, okay, go grab all those symbols and throw it on here, right? How many of us, you look at your iPhone, I think, it'll tell you how much screen time you spend every day, right? Imagine if you cut that time in half, how much more productive it could be. Everyone has a to-do list, right? Get stuff done. Who in here have a to-do list? Both of you, right? How about a not to-do list? Things that you shouldn't do. And a lot of times the example I give is, don't go pick up your friend from the airport, right? There's an Uber. Let them call the Uber and just take the Uber to your office, to your house. Don't take your precious time out to go and do something for someone that they can actually take care of themselves. How about to-be list? Be adventurous. Do something for the first time. Do something scary. How about be generous? Right? You know that when you give, you have a very good feeling. And you feel better about yourself. You feel better about everybody around you. And that would decrease your stress. So this is a picture of me and my kids. We went to Costa Rica to do a dental mission. And you can see all these kids gathered together because I brought them 2 soccer balls. And that, brought joy to them. And of course, it brought joy to us. So be generous is one way to also decrease your stress. How about be ambitious? This was my first time speaking in India. This is in Bangalore in 2017. So we were speaking in a big auditorium. That was my second or third time speaking internationally. My first time speaking in a big room with a lot of people. So stretch yourself, right? Be ambitious. Fulfill your want, right? Your need, your ambition. And you're going to actually feel less stress. Now the best way to start implementing all of these is to have a coach or a mentor. So these are 2 of my mentors. Brendon Burchard is for high performance, and Sharon Lechter. Sharon Lechter is the co-author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. She also wrote Think About Rich for Women, and so she's my other mentor. So if you want to grow fast and get to the next level, then make sure you just have the right mentor, the right person to lead you along. My why are these 3 beautiful angels. My daughter Jennifer, she's going to start dental school in a couple of months. This was her at a Brendon Burchard event with me. All of my kids have been to business conferences and personal growth conferences. The other one over there is my son. That was him a couple of years ago at a business conference. He doesn't talk much, but at that particular business conference, he decided to go up in front of the crowd and talk to in front of about 100 entrepreneurs. Because when you have those kids stretch themselves and actually grow the way you like for them to grow, right? You give them more tools than you used to have, you're going to feel less stressed. You feel proud. So that was him. He is now in his first year at an accelerated pharmacy program. And that's my youngest one. If you were in the auditorium this morning, that's the one who contemplated suicide from being bullied. And he actually wrote a book about it, became an Amazon bestseller. And he is now a junior in high school. That's a picture of him graduating from middle school. So have that clarity. Know why you're doing things, right? When you know exactly why you're doing things and you know what your goals are, and you only do things that support your goals, it's going to be easier to say no to a lot of things that people ask you for. It's going to be easy to stay on track. Remember how we have a not to do list? Somebody asks you to do something and it's on the not to do list, you just kind of say no, right? It wasn't part of the plan. And of course, have your children, your family, you know why you're working, the reason why you want to grow, because when you have these very clearly, when you get to that hurdle, when you get to a difficult point, you will keep on going, rather than just following, she does that, so I think I should do that kind of thing. Know exactly why you're doing certain things, and it's just a lot easier to focus and decrease your stress. So I would invite everyone to connect with me, come and talk to me, because I would love to chat with you, know what kind of business you're in, where are your stress, and maybe we can discuss and figure out how to get over that point where we feel overwhelmed, where we feel like we don't have any support. Because a lot of times when we can streamline what we do and we can delegate almost everything, your life will be less stressful. So thank you very much. I wish everybody great success, and may the frost be with you.